Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Monday, February the 25th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions for me, you can use this email address. This is a link to get into our room, our free trading room, 100% free. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our room. And I open the room at 9 o'clock every morning. That's Eastern Time, of course, and that's when I start to share my screen and get live in the mic at 9:05. And I go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. And this is a link for a subscription. You'll see a promo code for 15% off instant savings the first month of a premium or standard subscription, or the entire year of a premium or standard subscription. All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about the potential of having a new trading room, but first I do want to talk about the one nice trade I did take. And again, I had to disconnect from Brokerage Plus for there's a couple of reasons why, but anyway, and this is why I have a sell here. This is AAOI, all right. This came from Holly. The alert was at 1602. I got into the trade. Looks like it's around. I think it was 1621. Sold some at 35, and then up in this area here at 1660, okay? And there's the only Holly trade I took. Now, I'm bringing this one up because somebody asked me, well, how did I pick on that one? Why did I select that one? There are obviously other Holly alerts. Well, and this is just for me. This is my style of using Holly, all right? So first of all, let's take a look at the daily chart. So look what I saw. I saw, okay, right there, it's over this area here. It was over 16, the whole number, which I love. Look at the void looking left. It has a chance to get into this area. I'm not saying it's ever going to make it all the way up there. But so I love the daily chart, number one. Number two, back to the 15-minute. Number two, I like the fact that it was just over the whole number. All right, that's another big plus for me. And the range of the price range that I like with Holly. In fact, I hope I haven't blown this. I'm just looking here at SPN. Anyway, the price range that I do like with Holly is under $20. All right, that's just my personal preference. Was just before I started this video, I was looking at getting into SPN. There was the alert right there. It pulled back. I waited, and then it is popped over 5. There was the alert at 489 and is now 507. That is a nice percentage move, and it has room, I think, on the. It's too late for me now, but yeah, see, this has some room on the daily when you look left. So yeah, I was looking at it just before I was going to do this video. But anyway, that is just how I use it. All right, that's how I use Holly. Everybody will have a different way. That's why people ask me all the time, can you show me a video on how to use Holly? Well, you know, there is no one way to use Holly. As I said to that individual and others, you know, I sort on the risk on profit percent column, so I can see the ones that are up the most on a percentage wise all day long. I don't care. I mean, Holly's out of this trade. All right, doesn't mean I got out of it because I was also taking a break, but doesn't mean you had to be out of it just because Holly got out of the trade on a timed exit. Every one of the strategies, you know, every one of the Holly strategies has a hold period, and so, you know, as I say time and again, if you're in a trade and it is still, you know, moving up and up and up and it's working for you, just because Holly got out because the strategy is optimized for a certain hold period, that's the overall strategy. But individual stocks, of course, can vary. So if you're still in a trade that's working, there would be no reason to get out. I mean, if you want to sell some, fine, but I would not get out of everything. And so that's really it. I mean, as far as the Holly is concerned, you know, I have a price range that I like, and then once I see that price range, then I'm going to look at the daily chart to see what sort of a void there is. If it's just over the whole number, it's an additional plus. And also that one actually has a fairly low float, 18 million in the float, though that doesn't matter as much. Look at Stamp, guys. I feel like I'm in the room. Boy, what a recovery Stamp has got. Let's see if it takes out 100. If you weren't aware of what happened on Friday, they got absolutely hammered. Hard to believe, got hammered. Earnings, but more importantly is that I guess their exclusive deal with USPS, United States Postal Service, is no longer. And so, the CEO tried to put a brave face on it, saying, well, now it opens up the other carriers that we can use, so short-term pain, that's understatement. But, no disputing the fact it is trying to come back. It'd be interesting to see if it can take out 100. All right, now to the other thing. Now, what we're looking at doing is we're testing another trading room, all right? And one of the reasons why we're doing this is that, Omnovia is fine, don't get me wrong, but Omnovia has limitations, and that they don't appear that they want to, work with me or maybe other people, some of the things that I'd like to see that they just won't do. Now, they've been nice to deal with, but, they just say flat out no. So, for instance, in Omnovia, they have their tabs. I wonder if I can, yeah, see right here. So here are the tabs, right? I'd like to be able to rename them just simply. They don't allow that. And the other thing is I'd like more tabs, perhaps. Rename them and have more tabs, because I'd like to have, a true tech support tab, maybe one that says Barry's Trades, another one that says Stocks to Watch, things like that, and subscribe to Trade Ideas. Because right now what I have to do is I have to put everything in the announcement section, and eventually, if I put an announcement or if I get into a trade or something, then what happens is then I want to put this back in. It starts to get all jumbled and mixed up. So there has to be a better way to do it. So that is one thing that the new platform would allow me to do. I've been talking to the developer. He's very keen on customization, and he's taken some of the ideas that I've got to heart, and he says he could certainly implement them. The other thing is that one of the problems we've always had with Omnovia is people trying to get into the trading room. For a lot of people, it's no problem, but for whatever reason, I see constantly, I sent the email in, because I guess you click on the trading room link, you create an email, you send it to us, and then we send you it back. You create a password and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, it just seems to be cumbersome, and some people just can't get in. So this would be this new room. Basically, you'd use your Trade Ideas. If you're a Trade Ideas subscriber, you basically just use your Trade Ideas username and password to get in. So that's a no-brainer. That would be excellent. And let's see what else. The other big one that a lot of people wanted from Omnovia, the ability to pop out the chat. Obviously, I can do it. This is the pop-out chat. I can do it, but you guys can't in Omnovia. So with the one that we're looking at, it's called PTR, it's Pro Traders Room, PTR. You do have the ability to pop out the chat. So that's very good, because I know there are a lot of people that don't actually watch my screen, but they do like to see the posts and maybe listen to my commentary. So that's a plus. Now, the big negative so far is that unfortunately, and the developer doesn't quite know why, but we're going to try to work on it, is that the resolution is not the same. Omnovia is very clear and crisp, and there's never been an issue there. Unfortunately, with the PTR, for some reason, it looks a little fuzzy. And people, we've had, because what I'm going to do tomorrow, and I did it today, is I had both rooms open concurrently, and I'll post a link and I'll post a link here too in this email. So you can come into the room tomorrow. I'll probably open it around 10 o'clock, along with Omnovia. And so you can kind of see the differences. And today the developer came in and he took suggestions from people who were in there. So that's why I would encourage you. I know you want to trade, I get that. But if you have a moment to spare, you take a look and say, I'd love to see something like this. The resolution is something that has to be looked at. Some people say it's almost unwatchable. Other people say, you know what, it's not bad, and I can deal with it. So we have to come up with a way in which we can hopefully satisfy the majority of people, because the new room, the potential room, just offers me way more flexibility in what I can do. So it's also web-based, it's browser-based, so it's not an app. It doesn't rely on Flash. So there are all sorts of nice things about it but we just have to get the resolution done. All right, so enough talk about that. So I'll post a link to the room in this email, so that if you want to come in around 10 o'clock tomorrow, you're welcome to. So, any questions, you can use this email address. And again, this is still the link to get into the Omnovia trading room, okay? And this is a link for a subscription. Let me bring back the capture program. I will open the room tomorrow at about 9 o'clock Eastern. And again, the other room will probably open around 10. Both rooms will be open at the same time, okay? So I hope to see you in either room tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.